First at 4, Governor Whitmer speaks to residents watching a COVID surge and vaccine pause. Now she's pushing another weapon in the fight against the virus. Also a criminal charge against the former police officer who says she mistakenly fired her gun, killing an unarmed black man. The case stands this afternoon. Plus, here's Ben.
Karen, we've got snow falling in parts of northern lower Michigan this afternoon, and we get our shot in less than 24 hours. We'll look at the timing and a flashback to winter right now, first at 4.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4. How does the state stop its latest COVID surge? Governor Gretchen Whitmer is staying away from new restrictions, relying on prevention measures, vaccines, and now some treatment options.
We are using every mitigation strategy, every medication, and every treatment option to help fight the virus here in Michigan. These treatments can be effective in preventing hospitalizations and deaths for those diagnosed with COVID.
For the first time, the governor and her team are talking up treatment strategies as a weapon against the virus. She says the state is working to get additional doses of monoclonal antibodies in an effort to prevent deaths and hospitalizations. Governor Whitmer says more treatment and prevention measures can help beat the virus,
including a mask mandate, capacity limits on indoor gatherings, and mandatory testing for sports. These are some of the strongest public health laws in the Midwest. The most important thing you can do, of course, is to get vaccinated.
Our coverage of the governor's latest battle plan will continue at 5 with a closer look at more treatments and reaction. Meantime, new numbers from the state show 7,900 new cases in the past day, down slightly from yesterday, also reporting 35 additional deaths. Mayor Mike Duggan says the Detroit's vaccination rate of 25% is just too low. He says 18 of the 22 Detroiters who died from COVID this month were already eligible for the vaccine before they died. The mayor wants the 128,000 Detroiters who are getting vaccinated to share their stories and convince others to do the same.
You went through it. You might have been willing, you might have been nervous, you might have been scared, but everybody I have talked to has been through it has said, I'm so glad I did it. It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. The stress is out of my life. I'm not afraid to be giving it to my mom, to my grandmother, to my family members.
Until now, the mayor says City Hall has focused on where to get the vaccine, but now it will do a major push on why getting the shot is the right thing to do. Michigan's surge is now being complicated, though, by a pause in distribution of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. There are concerns over a half dozen patients suffering from rare blood clots. Right now, a CDC advisory panel is meeting to talk about that pause and really what comes next. So we're going to bring in Dr. Frank McGeorge. He's monitoring that meeting. What is the latest, Frank?
Well, you know, Karen, Janssen Pharmaceuticals, that's the branch of Johnson & Johnson that produced the COVID vaccine, presented all of the available information available to them on the cases of cerebral venous sinus thrombosis that have been identified so far in the U.S. Ultimately, they suggested to the committee that they did not believe that there was enough of a signal to warrant any change. Have a listen.
Based on the current data, Janssen believes the overall benefit-risk profile for our vaccine is positive across the population for which it's authorized. We strongly support ensuring vaccinee awareness of the signs and symptoms of this very rare event, as well as the recommendations to ensure the correct diagnosis, treatment, and reporting by healthcare professionals.
Now, because the 6 cases flagged by the CDC have been in younger women and there might be a link to female hormones, the question was raised whether any of the patients were on oral contraceptives or recently pregnant. Reportedly, only 1 of the 6 patients was on any hormonal therapy. Now, the meeting is still going on and there may still be a vote. And if there is, I'll have that at 5. Back to you.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Doc. And we'll see you at 5. Also, Dr. McGeorge returning this evening at 8 o'clock for our live primetime special, Coronavirus Crisis, the Vaccines. He'll be talking with Dr. Anthony Fauci about Michigan's surging cases. Plus, we'll be answering some of your biggest questions about getting vaccinated. So make sure to join Devin Kim and Dr. McGeorge tonight at 8 o'clock. All right, let's switch to the first forecast. We've seen some sunshine in downtown Detroit, but it doesn't look like temperatures are headed in the right direction. Ben Bailey standing by with the latest. You said the word snowflake in the headlines, and you really scared me on that one, Ben.
Unfortunately, that's true. And welcome back, Karen. Good to see you. We wish we had better weather to greet you, but unfortunately, we're seeing some of the coldest numbers that we've seen in the last week plus. You can already see the 40s pouring into the west zone. 49 in Howell, 48 in Flint. We do have the mid-50s here on the east side. And these numbers are about 10 to 15 degrees colder than what we were dealing with yesterday at this time. And it's going to get even chillier tomorrow. There's that snow that we're looking at up north. We get our shot tomorrow. In fact, some of that could be here during the morning commute. Some rain in the next 4 days, so definitely not a dry forecast. And it feels a lot more like March than April as we head into the next 48 hours. We'll look at those temperatures and how they change in just a few minutes. Karen?
All right, thank you, Ben. The former Minnesota police officer accused of killing an unarmed black man during a traffic stop will face charges. Kim Potter was arrested today in the shooting of 20-year-old Dante Wright. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom with more on today's latest developments. Kim.
Karen, good afternoon. Prosecutors announced Potter will be charged with second-degree manslaughter. Today's announcement comes after 3 days of protests in the Minneapolis suburb of Brooklyn Center, where hundreds have demanded justice in Wright's death. So yesterday, Potter and the Brooklyn Center police chief both turned in letters of resignation. The former chief believes Potter mistakenly grabbed her gun when she tried to pull out her taser. Potter, a 26-year veteran of the force, was taken into custody this morning and will be booked into the Hennepin County Jail. Official charges could come sometime later today. Meanwhile, we're hearing from attorney Ben Crump, who's representing the family of Dante Wright. He says the family simply wants justice.
In less than a week, Reverend, in less than a week, the district attorney made the decision that we will charge this officer, and the family of Dante Wright will get to have their day in court. So we say justice for Dante Wright.
If convicted, Potter faces a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. So far, no comment from her attorney. We'll have more reaction from Minnesota when you join us coming up tonight on the news at 5. Karen, back to you.
All right, thank you, Kim. Now let's get to the very latest in the murder trial of Derek Chauvin. A former medical examiner testifying today for the defense, saying drugs and a heart condition contributed to George Floyd's death.
How did the heart and drugs contribute to the cause of death?
They were significant. Mr. Floyd died of a cardiac arrhythmia due to hypertensive atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease during the restraint. Bottom line is he has an enlarged heart.
Dr. David Fowler also told the jury a potential exposure to carbon monoxide from the exhaust pipe during his restraint by the police was a contributing factor. The prosecution disagrees, blaming Floyd's death on Derek Chauvin's actions. The defense could rest its case by the end of the week. Also breaking this afternoon, President Joe Biden just officially announced plans to withdraw U.S. troops from Afghanistan.
War in Afghanistan was never meant to be a multi-generational undertaking. We were attacked. We went to war with clear goals. We achieved those objectives. Bin Laden is dead, and Al-Qaeda is degraded in Iraq and Afghanistan. And it's time to end the forever war.
Now, although the military mission will end by September 11th, the diplomatic and humanitarian work will continue, along with U.S. support for the Afghan government. A local teenager is rolling up her sleeve and making herself a model for getting the COVID vaccine. She knows many young people who are eligible to receive the shots and also are hesitant, maybe afraid. As she tells our Paula Tutman, she's willing to lead the way.
Certainly with everything going on with the J&J vaccine, you know what, it's probably going to produce more vaccine hesitancy with some people. Not only those people who were considering getting the one-dose shot, but also Pfizer and Moderna. There's a local teenager who's so acutely aware of this, and she's actually made it her mission to make sure that teens her age get the shot, as well as adults.
You afraid of needles?
You can't see it behind the mask, but it's there. The broad grin of a 16-year-old excitedly getting her first shot of the Pfizer vaccine.
When I was going to get vaccinated, I was really excited because I heard a lot of rumors from other people that say that they had side effects the second day, just a lot of information from various sources. And so I wanted to experience that for myself. And I was really excited to just be in the moment. And when I got there, I got more excited.
Rachel Kabbalah, who attends high school in the Detroit Public Schools Community District, has made it her mission to get her peers to get the vaccine too.
Felt like I was like living through history, which I was, but yeah, so it was amazing.
She's done her research, she's collected her thoughts, and put her feelings in writing.
I recently wrote an article that got published by the Detroit Public Schools to encourage young people to get vaccinated. And I'm also like spreading awareness on my platforms, my social media platforms, to encourage young people to get vaccinated.
And she's become a warrior against misinformation amongst her peers and their parents.
The news that was going around that governments like I guess inputting some chips into people, and like just the fear of getting vaccinated, or like a lot of them just like hear needles, and like a lot of them just like also don't trust the companies that produce the vaccines.
And her hope is that adults and teens alike will see her and hear her, choose to believe truth instead of choosing not to. And she's pleased with what she saw when she got her shot.
People were making it sound like no one at all was like going to get vaccinated, but I saw like all the races. I saw Muslims, I saw tall, I saw short, I saw white men, I saw black people, I saw Asians. It was like just everyone there. So I was just honestly just like fascinated by that. So seeing other people there from like various backgrounds and like various racial backgrounds just like got me super pumped that, oh, like everyone just wants to, like everyone's fighting for this pandemic to end. They're actually putting in effort.
Paula Topman, Local 4.
By the way, Paula also tells us Rachel is thinking about going to college to study biomedical engineering with a dual major in math. Still ahead, first at 4, the mastermind of a huge financial ripoff has died. We'll take a look back at the crime and punishment for a disgraced billionaire. Also, we're following preparations for a royal funeral. Why Queen Elizabeth may have to sit all alone as she says goodbye to her husband of 73 years. And later, a tropical paradise devastated. New images from a volcano that's terrorizing thousands of people. More news ahead, first at 4.